Letters fly off a spinning globe from the US, UK, and Australia to spell SGK Studios present an Audio Pizza production.
Changes at the top of Apple this month, as well as my apps that I used on a recent trip. Coming up next on Audio Pizza. Hello, Kayaker here from the yet-to-be springy New England, and I'm back from a recent trip. I'm freezing. I hate this weather. Sean, over in the United Kingdom, I don't get this. United Kingdom? What is United over there? Are you actually United in the shed in Manchester? Do you have a series of sheds? What is United about the kingdom?
Wow.
No, I'm just wondering.
Don't start spreading your disharmony over here. I know that's what you're used to over there at the moment, but okay, we're quite happy and united.
Yes,
Thank
all
you very
four
much.
of you, right?
And I like it.
Well, all four countries
I like
except
it how you
sort of
Except for Scotland.
3.5.
All right,
3.5.
leave it.
And who counts
Leave it.
Wales anyway?
Wow.
It's not really a country.
They took it from 3.5 down to 2.5. Just like that.
There's another listener gone. Anyway, I like it how you snuck the weather with a little bit of politics in there. Well done, Kayaker. Anyway, talking of weather, he always brings the weather with him, the sunshine. God, it makes me sick. It's Garth from Australia.
Well, I don't know where that came from.
Oh, I liked it. It was like we were a morning radio show for a second.
Well, it's evening here. We're moving from what time of year is it? Oh yeah, it's about to be winter.
What? Yeah, it's about to be winter. It's
Autumn.
hard to tell
Autumn.
over there, yeah.
Not fall. I was trying to remember what you called it over there. Fall or some crap
We call
like that.
fall
It's
and autumn. They're synonyms, yes.
Autumnal. I like that word.
Autumnal. I know.
Autumnal.
It makes you think about
nice.
rolling around in the grass or something, doesn't it?
What's the matter with you today,
Jeez, Garth. No, it does not, actually.
And the fallen leaves. And,
Anyway,
no? Okay.
that's enough. Quickly
All right,
move
all
on.
right. Well, there's
Kayaker, why are we here today?
there's been breaking news from Apple, and I'm not sure what it means to us. I mean, it's a changing the guard, I guess you'd say, at the top of Apple. Tim Cook has announced that he is stepping down as CEO, I believe effective September 1st. Do I have that date right, Sean? I'm sure you know that date off the top of your head.
I believe so, yes.
Yep.
September 1st.
And what do you know? Like, who is taking over, Sean?
Okay, so taking over is John Turness. John Turness, not turnip, Turness. I actually was quite surprised by that because I haven't heard the name before, but he has been there for the longest time. What is he head of currently?
I believe it's hardware.
That's right, yes. He is apparently one of the driving forces behind the Neo. And apparently he is very much a decisive character. Let's put it that way. So Tim Cook, it's reported that Tim Cook was very much, he would leave it up to the heads of the departments, the other executives, to make a decision on whether this was a good idea to go ahead with. He would take very much their opinion on board. And it's reported that John Turness is very much leading the way, and it almost a bit of a Steve Jobs vibe.
That's a Jobs vibe right there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is the direction we should go. This product has life, this one doesn't. Apparently, he wasn't really behind the Vision Pro. Was very adverse for that to actually go ahead. But yeah, look, this is all rumors and reports, and we don't really know. But I think Tim Cook stepping down, some people are a bit, well, he had no effect. But I don't think that's true. I think Tim Cook actually did a good job.
Tim Cook did an amazing job.
Well, I didn't know where you were going with that, Garth. I think he did as well. I mean, he was a totally different character to Steve Jobs, absolutely. But I think he did, like you say, I think he did a really good job.
Look at where Apple is financially now compared to where they were when he came in. Yeah. It's like tenfold or more. I don't remember the numbers, but it is
really
it's insane.
It's staggering.
Insane. Yeah,
it's absolutely staggering. Now they went through a really poor phase, I think, with some of the products. when I think Johnny Ives had too much say over what was going on.
I agree there, yep.
Yeah.
That butterfly
And,
keyboard, I'm still suffering that one.
You know, he didn't have jobs to rein him in, maybe. I don't know if that was the situation. But now that, Tim Cook made a just incredible difference to Apple.
But wasn't that always going to happen? Isn't it almost claiming credit?
No.
I don't think so, yeah. It's hard to...
Nothing's ever going to happen.
Well, an upward trajectory, as long as the iPhone is still the bulk of the revenue, isn't it?
Well, I think it's
the iPhone and services.
Yeah, services is a huge thing. That's what Tim Cook did.
That's what he bought.
He was not an engineer. He was not a builder, designer. He was a logistics person, and he streamlined Apple's pipeline to get things built, shipped, and revenue coming in, minimizing overhead in that regard. And that was his true talent. Sort of streamlining supply chains and making Apple a very efficient, fast company to get products to market at a low cost. And I think it's going to be an interesting era to have someone who's more of an engineer back at the helm of Apple. And we'll see what that means. I think it's kind of good that Cook is moving into the role on the board, where he's going to continue doing the other thing that he did really so well. Not that we've probably all agreed with the way he's done it at times, is be a diplomat. Yeah.
And speak to all these different countries, and suck up to Trump. Like,
and China and India. And
everybody, right?
Yeah,
but that's what he's been, he's looking after his business, which is his job. And he's going to be the one continuing to do that from the boards. So I think Apple is in a pretty good place, actually.
Yeah. And
so no alarm bells ringing then?
Not for me.
No, but I still have the bigger picture of what does it mean for us with accessibility? Is that going to continue to be a primary focus for Apple in all their products? I can't help but think we've lost a lot of functionality in VoiceOver. I've been saying this for years now, that it's just sort of getting buggier and buggier to the point where I will not recommend a Mac to a new computer user because I think VoiceOver is too hard and too buggy for someone to learn, and it can be a very frustrating experience. And I just want to see things stabilize in the accessibility area so that VoiceOver
more specifically
works,
in the VoiceOver area.
Yeah, VoiceOver works the way it's supposed to.
I think accessibility as a whole has continued to improve immensely across lots of different areas, and maybe VoiceOver is just a small component of their accessibility features now, whereas it used to be the main thing. It was the main thing. Now it's just a small part, and I would agree that VoiceOver is looking a bit jaded on OS X these days.
Yeah,
but there's so many accessibility features, and they're continuing to add more. Again, we're going to have the same old comment about stop adding features and start fixing bugs. That we always sort of end up on. But
well, I still have to say, I think that the liquid glass, like that being the huge feature, the complete redesign of the interface without much thought for accessibility, usability, that happened last year was just, lipstick on a pig in a way. It was just, let's change it up for the sake of changing it up and not sort of stabilize the building behind it. It's like putting on a facade on a rickety old shack and saying, "Hey, look, it's all better, it's all new," and we still have the same issues. And
but for mainstream users, they're not looking at their iPhone saying this is full of bugs and I can't do this, I can't do that. That lipstick on a pig is actually something they all, this is nice.
Well, I'm not so sure that's
nicer.
The truth. I've heard so many complaints from mainstream users about usability and not being able to see things and the transparency.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's
I don't think
it's a universally accepted look. I think a lot of people hate it. But a lot of people hate change anyway. But I think there's some real usability issues for the visually.
Just take a look around in here, for example.
I think it was a misstep
Yes.
when we're talking about accessibility. Absolutely, I don't really care about the cosmetic and the mainstream aspect of it. But for low vision users, I mean, just not having the ability to basically turn it off and go back was a misstep anyway. And I do agree with you. I don't know what the answer is, though, because, how long have we been banging on about VoiceOver bugs?
Since Snow Leopard, I think, since Snow Leopard.
But exactly. On what else can we do? You just need to be patient. And is that acceptable to take that stance? Well, we just got to wait until they get...
No,
you can't be patient.
Complain in writing. Don't complain on a podcast. Continue to put in the bugs.
How many people are fed back? You think it's all the feedback? You think people aren't feedbacking
It goes
anymore?
into a black box. There's no transparency at Apple. You have no idea whether your bugs... I've submitted bugs about...
I've only submitted probably 30 odd bugs in the last few years. Like that, not that many. I've had, responses to 2 of them, like physical responses saying the update that's just come out, this issue should have been resolved. Can you please test again? So only 2 out of 30 I've had that kind of response from, and they both were fixed, by the way. And a lot of the other ones that I had reported, including feature requests like on the Apple Watch with workouts, also have been done. So I don't have the same complete negative opinion about feedback to Apple.
I just think there should be a customer portal, a support portal there, where almost, I'm not saying let's have the whole ticketing system that some support places have, but just some, we are aware of this.
Mm.
It would be more than enough,
Yes.
because sometimes you're not sure, and people, like I just said there, do you think people aren't reporting something? And some people may think, well, that must have been reported before.
Yeah,
and
but
it would be nice to have a list.
No. The thing is, it's not about whether it's been reported previously before. At least in my head, we should get Brett on next month.
Yeah.
And he's probably listening to this yelling at his phone at the moment, I can just tell. But it's not about whether or not it's been reported before. It's about how much noise is this problem creating. And so don't think, oh no, they already know about this, I won't say anything, Keep saying it. If you've got a problem with something, and let's be honest, each of us are not going to run into the same issues. We're all going to have different issues. There's probably going to be some commonalities, of course, but we're going to have different issues because we all use our phones in such different ways. All being VoiceOver users, all playing, similar games or using mail, whatever. We're still going to be using our phones in different ways and running into different issues or different edge cases. And so if you are experiencing a problem, especially if you're on the beta and you've got a mechanism to actually report the issue, then freaking report the issue.
So what's the mechanism if you're not on the beta to report issues? Apple makes that extremely difficult.
I don't know.
It's like as far as I know, the only way to do it is call Apple Accessibility and log a bug report through that and open up a ticket through that.
Send an email to them. Accessibility@apple.com.
That's the easiest way. That's the most convenient way.
But that's an insider knowledge thing,
There's no
right?
answer.
They don't really publicize the accessibility number as far as I know. Or
accessibility,
I don't know.
I don't know about that. Have a look on their website and see if you can find it.
Okay. How to report a bug in current Apple stuff. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Before we move on, what's the biggest bug you're encountering at the minute? iPhone and Mac?
It's usually the focus issues, just jumping around, things not scrolling properly, flicking, just not navigating the screen. My most annoying thing is that if I do if I'm in a news article or something like that, and I'll do a 2-finger swipe down to read from current position, it just stops like halfway through the article. It doesn't automatically continue going down. And then I have to flick a little bit and then get past it and then continue it. It doesn't work the way it's supposed to. And it's all focus issues.
So that's in the news app? In Apple?
It's in any news app, web page. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
My best theory is I think there's a component that's bigger than the screen, so it has trouble scrolling past it, and you have to flick. I don't know what it is. I can't figure out what triggers it. Usually it stops at an ad insert or something like that and can't get past it. So,
Garth?
No idea.
Yeah, there's so many, right, Garth? Yeah.
No, your biggest bugs. Okay, no idea.
This is not a new bug. This is something that's been in there for a long time that I haven't got around to reporting yet.
Oh, you're part of the problem.
Absolutely part of the problem because it's a couple of iOS's even, this one. For the premium Karen voice, and I'm not sure, this is one of the reasons I haven't tested because I've got to go and add all the other voices and check each of them. But at least on the Karen voice, it doesn't say 01, 02, 03, 04. And now you can understand that if the two characters are sort of something, space, 01, space, blah, blah, blah. If it just said 1, you're not going to be too upset. But when it's part of an email address, for example, like my Gmail address, GHUM01, and it just says gum1, or you're looking at a decimal place, like I'm going for a walk and I look at how far have I gone? If I've gone, say, 4.05 kilometres, it's going to say 4.5.
That's an outrage.
It's terrible. And it's been there for a while, and it's just one of these ones I have not got around to actually reporting it because I need to establish exactly which voices it's doing it on.
Yeah.
Well,
that is annoying.
Australians
I'll
can't
give you
do
that.
math. That's the problem, right? Sorry.
Yeah, it's Karen's
Whether
fault,
you,
apparently. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure that knowing when to and not to do a zero is maths so much as semantics. But anyway,
does Lee do it as well? The other Australian
I've never
voice.
used Lee.
Oh, it's funny. That's very interesting, isn't it? Yes, it's only. Yeah, okay, sexist.
I've got Alex on there. Alex doesn't do it.
Okay. The most annoying thing for me at the minute, I don't use a Mac, so I don't know, but on the iPhone, that notification thing is driving me absolutely spare.
What notification thing?
And every time there's an update, I think this is going to be it. They're going to fix it. Where if you get a notification and you start swiping through on your lock screen, it won't finish it because the phone will just auto lock after some time anyway. So you can't read the notifications until you unlock the phone. And it sounds like nothing. And most of the time you think, well, I don't care. It doesn't matter, right? But then you're halfway through a news alert and it just, I've locked the screen on you. I'm not going to finish this notification. You haven't noticed that.
It's something. This is what I'm saying. We're not
off.
going to run into the same issues. So don't sit back thinking that, it's been reported, don't worry about it. Make noise. If you want something fixed, make noise.
Yeah. I just wish Apple made it easier to let people make noise.
Yeah, I agree. There should be some kind of easily accessible way for people who are not on the beta to actually provide feedback.
Yeah. I will hand it to Meta, though, because they do, if you're using the Meta AI, you have that rage shake. You just shake your phone and it brings up the bug report. Like, if Apple did that.
I hate that stuff.
Well, look.
That's one thing. That's another feature request I have for the iPhone is to have some kind of shake, not just turn on or off shake, system-wide, which you can do, but to actually be able to turn that on and off per app or make it more like make me really shake it before you think I'm going to shake it.
In other words, so if you're using the Meta AI app and it rage shakes when
and you
you're
put
just
your phone in your pocket.
and it's like, no, that's
Exactly.
that's called walking, that's not a rage shake.
Yeah, exactly. I want it to be like, let me, turn up some kind of threshold on that like I can for so many other things in iOS.
Yeah, that's true. When I'm using Blind Square and the phone's in the pocket, it's constantly like giving me the location because it thinks I'm shaking the phone.
2.1 miles, yeah.
All right.
How janky do you two walk? I mean, I don't think it's shaking.
You just drop your phone into your pocket.
Not the back pocket, the front pocket. You probably do a back pocket because you're cool.
Yes. I'm cool.
No,
yes,
front
I'm
pocket.
like the
front
fonts,
pocket. Because
obviously.
if you do back pocket, you'd sit and break your phone.
Well, that's only if you sit down.
Yeah, I know you never
fair
sit.
Enough.
No, it happens all the time. It annoys the crap out of me, that one.
Yeah.
In the mail app,
you updated?
You're trying to read you're trying to read an email and all of a sudden shake to undo and it wants...
Shake to undo.
I like the feature.
Anyway. Have you updated your Meta AI app recently?
Uh-oh.
If you go into your glasses settings in the latest update at the time of recording, it just grinds to a halt with VoiceOver on. You swipe through and it takes about 30 seconds to swipe through each thing.
Oh, no.
Ow.
It's unusable, to be fair. So that's annoying. And what's with the keyboard opening up straight away?
Oh, that's bloody stupid Meta. Trying to push us into this feed thing about how we're going to ask Meta AI something. We're like, no, this is an app that I use to control my glasses, not talk to frickin' Meta AI.
My glasses, yeah.
I know.
You got to put focus on the keyboard to do a two-finger scrub to get rid of it. And it's just, it's awful.
It is awful. Thanks, Meta.
I think this is all to do with the Meta Connect app event that's coming up. I think, they're going to put so much into the AI. They think that people are going to jump on and start using it right now.
No, they're not.
It is just to control my glasses.
Which is...
How many billions have they spent on headhunting all these AI gurus, these tier 6s, as Kayaker calls them? I mean,
they're tier 12.
They've spent so much money. They are definitely going to ramp up the AI on Meta.
Yeah.
Well,
Meta just announced
tons
layoffs.
of money other than Apple, who, have probably done the right thing and not gone ridiculous with the amount of money they've spent on this stuff. And they're just going to...
Well, how much have they spent on Gemini?
Yeah,
Bringing Gemini in?
They don't have to do all the they're just going to pay for it rather than the masses and masses of money that has been spent by some of these other organizations.
Yeah.
True. Anyway, talking of Meta glasses,
yeah.
Kayaker, you've been on your travels.
I have. And I logged all my apps that I used from the house to the, beginning to end. And I just wanted to know if you agree with my choices and report on what I did. And you can comment and tell me how I was doing things wrong.
Inevitably.
So we will. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, firstly, so where were you going?
There used to be this show in the UK called Robot Wars. Do you remember that, Sean?
Of course I did. Yes, Craig Charles used to host it over here from Red Dwarf.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which one was Craig Charles?
Craig Charles was Lister in Red Dwarf, the main character.
Anyway, so in the United States, they rebranded it to BattleBots. So I had tickets to the event in Las Vegas. So I traveled from Boston to Las Vegas and had that whole experience from Uber, airport, Uber, hotel, BattleBots, etc. So did some traveling that way. So that was my experience over a weekend. To see
every environment possible. Okay,
yeah.
So some sort of recording studio, the airport, airplane, hotels,
all that
taxis,
yep.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
taxi,
so you must have used everything.
I tried to. So, the first app that I pulled out was, believe it or not, my lovely Curb to Car app, because I called my Uber to get to the airport. And kudos to the MIT accessibility guys. It worked like a charm. So Curb to Car identified my Uber, and when it showed up, and yay, I was on my way to the airport. Now, once at... go ahead. Yep, sure.
Wait. So, okay, Curb to Car is an app for the iPhone which does exactly
all these apps are going to be iPhone. Yeah.
Right.
Because I didn't bring my Mac with me, and that's not a very good portable thing to use, Sean. So, yes, we're talking iPhone apps, Sean.
You are aware there's something called Android phones?
No, I'm not aware of anything like that.
None of our listeners are aware
of course
of
not.
No. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, Curb to Car will help you find your Uber ride.
Yes.
Well, basically, it does a little bit more than that. It's not just Uber, right? It will identify any car.
Basically, any car. Yes. What you do, it actually now, the latest version 1.1 also has a paratransit mode, so it'll also try to find your paratransit vans or whatever, the special vehicles, vans, buses, things like that. So it can also do some of that. So actually, that was prompted by your colleague's comment, among other things, about how to find a bus. So you can basically give it a text description of what you're looking for: gray Toyota, Camry, license plate 123, and it will do its best to match. What it does is it will identify cars that it sees and then send them up to the cloud for a more detailed recognition. And then if it matches your text string, it'll say, "Hey, I found your car," and tell you where it is relative on the screen, left, right, how far away, things like that.
And it does work really well. It sounds like one of those really simple ideas, to be honest. It looks at a car, says, "Okay, does this match what you're waiting for?" And then it will, it's to your left, to your right, straight ahead, whatever.
Yeah.
But in practice, it works really well. I've got to say, yeah, I've used it a couple of times.
Honestly, it's been hit and miss for me.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't use it very often. I tested it out when it first came out. I tested it out outside my house where there's barely any cars coming anyway, and it was pretty straightforward. But the use case for me is coming out of a train station or an airport where you're never quite sure if it's going to stop it. Well, usually they can't stop it in front of you. There's a pickup place somewhere and there's lots of cars and it could, park across from someone else. And so that is the use case. And actually, I find it very good in that situation. Granted, I've only used it 2 or 3 times.
Okay, yeah, I've had surprisingly good results at airports with crowded Uber pickup spots. It's surprisingly good. I didn't expect it to work as well as it did, truthfully. So, I've had good luck with it. But yeah,
I have not had as good a luck with it as you guys have. Yeah.
Well, Garth, you got to point the camera at the where you think the cars
each your own something or other.
No. Hey, report the problem. What
feedback.
What problems did you have?
The time it takes. So I think it was a situation where the car has gone past and pulled up further down the road. And that's the kind of, quite often in these sort of situations, like you were saying, Sean, you don't know exactly where they're going to pull up. And you may not know exactly how many cars are around and where they can pull up, and are you in the right place are you in a place where they can pull up? And so you're sort of hoping that it's going to catch a car going past or while it's still moving.
And
it's not going to, to me it seems like it's not going to be able to catch a car while it's still moving. Even if, there's 4 or 5 cars in a line down a road and you're pointing it down the side, so it's only getting, it's not getting enough of each car to go. It drove past you and now it's pulled up 6 cars down.
Yeah, that's a usual use case.
That's the sort of situation where I'd love it to work, but it's not quite.
And you found it didn't.
Yeah.
I generally pointed about a little beyond 45 degrees in the direction, so it has
around 60 degrees is what I go with. 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay. Or 30 degrees from the road, whichever way you want to do it. Yeah. Down the
Is it Australian cars? Is there trouble in the training here?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Because we don't have Toyotas.
Have you trained it on Utes?
Toyota Corolla isn't the biggest selling car here either. No.
No, but it's pretty much international. It uses the company that actually does the car recognition is the same company that uses CCRT security stuff on tolls and in the UK and stuff for that to identify cars and parking violations, all that stuff. So it's surveillance technology, and it's pretty reliable, and it works best, truthfully, on when the car's coming directly at you. So that's the
directly.
No, I'm serious, because it's designed for like tolls and traffic light stuff. So it's
whereas quite a lot of the times where we want to get it is when the car is side on.
That's why it's best to point it, angled into the road.
Yeah, but if it picks it up, I don't know how often it's polling the video.
If it's in a queue,
it polls as fast as it can.
Which is what?
It depends on your internet connection how good it is, because there's a cloud component. So if you go into the settings, you can actually try to speed up the polling rate.
Yeah.
But I would say, at worst, like once every 4 seconds, but more.
Yeah, so 4 seconds is
closer to 2 seconds.
Even if it's every 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, that should be enough.
That's still enough time for a car to zip past.
It can slip by on occasion.
Anyway,
and that's probably when
all
it
I'm
fails.
saying
anyway,
is,
but yes.
the couple of times that I've tried to use it, I have had partial success. Sometimes it's worked really well, sometimes not at all. Hasn't been useful.
I hope you continue to try using it and try to get it to the point where it will be more reliable. I think 80%, 90% is what you should hope to achieve. And and even if it pulls back,
never mind that. I want it built into Uber.
Yeah,
Have
that'd
they
be
not
nice, wouldn't it?
Made an offer? Yeah.
No, not yet.
Not yet. I keep asking because it should happen.
The beta is out there. If you are interested in it, send us a link and we can get you on the test flight. And what's nice about because it has the Meta Glasses integration in the beta. So if you're interested,
everyone's excited when you mentioned the glasses.
So if you're interested in trying curb to car with your Meta Glasses, you can send us.
If you feel like your glasses battery goes just a bit too long, we've got another app to add to.
Another 1,000 apps for you.
Yeah,
kill your. Yeah, now I need a bag just full of glasses. That's what I need.
Yeah. That'll get me into my Uber, and that'll get me to the airport. Now, fortunately...
Okay, before we go on from Uber, I'm wondering if this is an Australia-only thing or if this has been done in other countries as well. But fairly recently, you've been able to go into the accessibility settings of the Uber app and ask for, let them know that you're blind or you're deaf or whatever, and ask them to call out my name when you get here, let them know I have a service dog when they arrive or not, as the case may be. So, you can specify that you want them to contact you when they arrive, flash their lights if you happen to be deaf, for example. So this is only a fairly new set of settings that we've seen here in Australia. Is that international?
I recently found the accessibility settings for my profile and turned on the blind checkbox. And I didn't see anything like call or let me know when you're here or do that. I didn't see those options listed.
Okay.
But what that feature did allow me to do was when I was going to the airport, it enabled an accessibility drop-off option in the airport, because here the airports have sort of pushed Uber out to sort of a satellite position for drop-offs, like in the parking garage, which means you have to walk a hell of a long way to get to the airport. So by having the blind box checked and having that communicate to the driver, it allows me to be dropped off right in front of the terminal.
Nice.
With the special accessibility section.
Yeah.
So that's the
front of the queue, baby.
Yeah,
I like it.
No, I haven't
Yes.
come across that aspect, but that's very cool.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked. I can't believe I'm missing out. I was just going to say, I really like the Uber app because I've been pretty consistently been very accessible.
Yeah.
I'd never even thought to have a look.
And
but I
even
will
the
now.
mode that you can enable for older adults or something it says, I can't remember the terminology it uses, but something like that, gets rid of a lot of the guff, a lot of the advertising that is all over the app.
I'll turn that on. I'm an older adult now.
Yeah, I'm an older adult too.
We all are.
And it just cleans up the interface a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Why would anyone not want to be an older adult with that?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a cleaner interface. Okay. Let's make that an option.
That's
Off by default.
Turn off advertising. What a concept. God.
Thanks, Tim Cook, by the way.
Yeah. No. God, yeah. Thanks, Tim.
Not.
I will go on a bit of a flame on, rage on type of
Rant?
rant. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Back in the day, you used to say flame on, to kind of flame someone. I am so sick of apps, be it banking, Uber, a service that I'm using. I'm going in for a specific purpose. I'm taking a ride. I'm paying my bills. I'm checking my, latest transactions. And I am bombarded with, hey, do you want to open up a credit card? I already have a credit card with you. I don't need to open up a new account. No. Same thing with its investments, banking, whatever. It just drives me up the wall. It's like, I can't throw away the stupid insert that's the advertising thing in my bill because it's all blended in and integrated. Mm-hmm. I just wish I could turn all that crap off. I'm sorry. If you're in marketing, I hate you. I don't want marketing.
Even the website sign up thing, get our newsletter,
right?
Oh, God.
And
particularly on the ones, I've just clicked a link from your newsletter to get to your website. Like, I'm already signed up to your freaking newsletter. I've clicked a link from that newsletter to get me here, and you're still asking me. And I've just peaked. I've just got a warning that
calm down.
Yes, it's contagious. Yes, I love this. I love this.
Oh my goodness me!
Come on, Sean.
The flames.
Come on, Sean. Join in.
I'm fine. I like it. I like these advertisements. I want more of it. That's what I say. Anyway, okay. Sorry, we went off on a tangent. Please carry on with your journey.
Okay, so at the airport now. What's nice now is that Boston happens to be a free IRA.io hotspot. So that's nice as well. So that makes getting into the airport easy peasy. And although it wasn't available at the time. Sorry, I'm boring you, Garth, with your yawning. It's I know it's late over there, but yeah.
Oh, well, I can't sneak off and get a coffee, can I?
I know, like you did last time. It's the big news. Sean, what's the breaking news from Ira that just landed again with the
Meta?
Sean?
With the Meta glasses, of course.
Yes.
It's finally got official Meta glasses support. So if you do update your Ira Explorer app, you will find in there now a way to connect the Meta glasses, along with the Echo Visions, by the way. They've been in there as well. So there's now 2 options. You can connect your Meta glasses. And when you make a call, you can, as far as I know, I haven't actually tried it yet. You can simply, is it double click the hinge button or does it do it automatically? Either way, it will use your glasses camera when you make a call, which is a beautiful thing. Now, I know lots of people have been saying, well, I want to say like hey Meta, be my eyes. I want to say, hey Meta, make an Ira call or Ira Explorer or whatever it may be, the voice command. That isn't possible because the Meta SDK doesn't support that. In any of these apps, Orion, ScribeMe, whatever you're using, and Vision, the Meta voice commands can't be used to start those processes up. So until Meta, the Meta SDK that makes all these third-party things possible is still in beta. So this is going to improve. This is going to get better, and hopefully we will get to that stage. But right now, you can't. So you still need to open the app on your phone and start an Ira Explorer call. And then if your glasses are connected, it will all be handled through your glasses.
Can you use Siri to do that, though?
Yeah, I honestly, yes, you
Okay.
can. The Siri action, the Ira actions are available
Yeah.
through Siri by default anyway. So you can just say that.
But Sean, if Be My Eyes can do it, why can't Ira?
I would say favoritism.
Okay. The Be My Eyes integration
it's,
is a special integration, isn't it?
There was a
That's
very
one of the few.
It is
hardwired
special.
early on. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. All right. So that can definitely help you at the airport
If you're in Boston.
navigate. Yeah. But
And lots of places,
yes,
to be fair.
no,
across the
they're
world.
good. There's
Yes.
some free spots, but yeah, that's the nice thing about Logan. And actually, I believe Las Vegas is also a free Ira hotspot as well. So at the gate, though, I also used the iGuide app to sort of scope out and give me sort of a layout of chairs and paths around it. Sort of gave me a sort of a virtual map of where the obstacles were, so how the chairs were arranged. So I had a sense of what was going on. And I thought that was fun too at the airport, just sitting at the gate.
Well, hang on. People may not be aware of the iGuide as you so playfully just threw it out there. What are we talking about
so
here?
iGuide is yet another app. It's very much like the mini guide stick that Garth has mentioned and loved in the past. It basically uses LiDAR and tells you where there's an obstacle in your path or where there might, where it senses something that can be blocking your stuff. And it'll tell you if things are clear, if there's an obstacle on the right or the left and things like that based on distance to something that you can smack into. Simple app, has some other little features, but it's neat because it can sort of tell you where the walls are in your space or where there are obstacles and where it thinks that there's openings. It's really great for finding hallways. If you're walking down a corridor and you're looking for a left turn or a T intersection, if you're not very good, if your ears are clogged and you can't hear the opening up on either side, it'll help you find the hole because it'll just say, "Oh, opening path." You hear the feedback. Yeah. Do you guys both use that one at all, or is it just me?
No, I've got it there because you sent it out, but I've hardly used it. And yeah,
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I had to play with it. Yep, it's a mini guide, which I do like, but I don't tend to use with my guide dog so much as I do when I'm using a cane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Garth's a tier 4 person.
Yeah, he
doesn't
just
sully
relies
himself
on
with
his.
No, I'm just saying.
tier 6
At
guide
any
dog.
point, you've got to use
those cane
you've got to
people.
use
Yeah.
the tools that are most appropriate for you in the given situation. And a lot of people would be saying, you know, how can you do really good? I think it's an RP thing, right? We don't have as good an echolocation as a lot of these guys who have had less sight for longer than we have.
Yeah, maybe.
And having all of these apps going in your ear when what you really want to do is have both ears out and actually doing
Listen, yeah.
doing proper echolocation. You don't need a mini guide to tell you there's a wall there and there's a gap there and so forth if you have those skills, which I don't. But I know, people who do.
Well, it's all context.
It's the right tool for the right
if you're
person.
if you're sat at a gate or in a, I've lost count of how many times I've been sat somewhere in a waiting room and I just think I'd really like to, I don't know, just stretch my legs, walk about, or you just feel like you can't move an inch,
right?
Because you don't know what's around you. Just having something like that available where you can get a general idea of the layout and the paths, the clear paths. Yeah, I think would be very useful. Would I use it all the time? Probably not. But I mean, that's the power of LiDAR though, right? Because you're not waiting on AI lag response. Yeah. You've got real-time responses with LiDAR, and I'm assuming it's all on device, right?
Correct. There's no...
Yeah. So, yeah, that is nice. I'm going to try that one out.
Again, it's the right tool for the circumstance, and I find it's very helpful. As you say, Sean, when you're in a spot, you're just there, and you're just trying to like get a sense of what's around you. I think it's useful information to have. So give it a shot the next time you're plopped down and have some time.
Plopped down? And how are you spelling that? Is that E-Y-E, I'm guessing?
Plopped?
What? E-Y-E?
Is it?
Plop.
Yeah, iGuide.
Oh, E-Y-E, yes. Sorry. Like, how do you... No, plop. P-L...
Keep up.
There's no E-Y-E in plop.
No.
iGuide is not I, the letter I. It's E-Y-E
yes,
guide,
yes,
right?
Correct.
Yes, okay.
Right,
Check out the App Store.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Oh, boy.
Okay, airplane, surely.
Are we on the
Airplane,
freaking plane yet?
Yeah, no, I'm well, I also used, okay, so I did something new for the first time. I walked down the jetway without asking for assistance. Usually someone will just escort me down. So I used Orion, that's Oorion, that's the app, with the Meta Glasses integration. And I took your approach, Sean, and just said, let me know if there's anything in my path that I might walk into. And it worked really well. I was thrilled with it going down the jetway. It actually understood that, it figured out that I was in a jetway. It told me that there's like a little, incline, one of the joints told me there's like an obstacle on one side to step to the right. And, it was great. So I didn't have to shoreline down the jetway. I could sort of walk down the middle of it. And it just told me when there's something on the right or left that I might have to jump around or get around. So it was really, really cool. And it also told me when there's a person ahead that was an obstacle. So that was a cool experience. And it got me to the door of the plane.
Oh.
And then the flight attendants, I said, I'm in seat, I don't know, 10C. And there I'll help you get to 10C. So yeah, it was great.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Couple of questions
Go
here.
for it.
Ooh, Ryan.
Yes.
Right. Had you used it before, or was that your first use?
I've used, that was sort of the first time I went with your approach to use the descriptive AI feature to ask it a question and give me feedback. And I really enjoyed that feature. I thank you for pointing me in that direction, because I was underutilizing that. And I used that a lot in the hotel as well. But it was great. I loved it. I'm thrilled with it. It worked brilliantly. It was brilliant, as you would say.
Brilliant. There's two major complaints I'm hearing, right? Firstly, left and right gets mixed up.
Ooh, okay. I've seen that very often in AI models, especially with the Meta. I've had that complaint with Meta where I'm asking it which is the recycling bin is on the left or the right, and it always gets it wrong. But yeah, it's interesting. I hadn't noticed issues with left or right. It was pretty good with that. The other type,
I like you said, I encounter that with all
Yes.
AI, getting it mixed up. And I have spoken to the developers of Orion, and they're pretty confident they can improve on that. So, but yeah, lately, I must say,
I haven't had that issue. at
pretty
all.
good getting the left and rights
Yeah.
correct. So I don't know if they've already implemented changes, but I haven't noticed that. But the second big problem that people are coming back with is the lag time. By the time it's told them about an obstacle, they've already hit it or they're past it.
yeah. I think the trick on that is to make sure that it's not telling you everything that it sees. I think you want to really limit the information it's giving. If you say, show me everything that you see, yes, it's falling behind unless you really crank up the speech rate, which you can do. So, minimize the information that gives you by your prompt so that it'll only warn you about critical things in your path. And I think you'll have more success. And yes, there is a bit of a lag, but you should be able to compensate for that based on
Going slower.
going slower, just like getting a feel for when it responds. It might say it's 10 feet ahead, but by then it might be 5 feet, so you just got to adapt a little bit to when it starts speaking and how much distance you've moved in that time. Because obviously, as it's telling you, something's 10 feet ahead as you're walking towards it, that distance is being cut in half. So it can only read so
It's
fast.
difficult. I honestly don't know what the answer is to
Well,
that,
I think-
because there's always going to be that lag
Yes.
time
Yeah.
with the
But-
with the processing of the image
And the
or
time it
whatever.
takes
So,
to actually read the results, right? It takes time to say
Yeah.
the sentence. So my best advice is crank up the speech rate as high as you can manage, and that will reduce the overall lag time because it's giving you the information faster. Have you done that? Did you in the Orion settings?
Oh,
Yeah,
of
okay.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the first time I used Orion, I thought, oh no, that's a little bit, I don't know, disappointing, maybe the word, that it's not using the lovely AI voice, right, to give me the details and the feedback. But I totally understand why, actually. It's a better option to use the onboard TTS or your VoiceOver voice because of exactly that, being able to speed up the speech rate to something we can handle quite well anyway.
Yeah.
And, plus it takes away an extra step of
It's
translating into
it's
a
faster
TTS anyway, so
to do text to speech locally than it is to
text only. Yeah.
Characters are cheap.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I get used to it as well. I can understand. I suppose it does come down to if you're a particularly brisk walker, maybe you'll encounter more problems.
Yeah.
But honestly, the benefit far outweighs any concerns I have about the lag. It saved me a few times. There's a few times where I've got that sense that I'm about to walk into a big car that's parked in front. The feeling that you get that something's nearby.
Right.
Before it's told me, but 8 out of 10 times it's told me beforehand. Even if it's maybe even just a couple of steps, it has alerted me. And I think it just gives me more confidence. It does make me feel more confident to walk a unfamiliar space anyway. Yeah, on the whole, I think it's been great, to be honest.
Okay. The other, I think, issue that I've had people give me feedback around is the amount of information. Now, you guys are talking about customizing the prompt, and I've certainly tried that myself. But I don't know that it's very obvious in the UI or, I don't know, sort of the default behavior is to give so much information that it's kind of useless. And again, back to people who actually have decent echolocation, they're going to know about this stuff long before. It's just too much extra information coming in, I think, for a lot of people. For it to be truly useful, not to be a hindrance rather than a help.
Yeah, the feedback is overwhelming rather than helpful. I think the big problem here, and I've heard this a lot as well, is that it's constantly telling me what's around me. And I think what's happening is the nearby objects mode, right? Where it will say, I don't know, a green hedge, a red car, it's just spitting it out at you. That's nearby objects. If you use the prompt, tell me of any obstacles directly in my path, it doesn't do that. Every 30 seconds or so, it will update So in the demo did we play that here? I think we played a demo I recorded.
Maybe in that other
I used
podcast
that
that you do. I forget what it's called.
I definitely played it here.
Okay.
I played it there in double tap. Check it out. But I also played it here. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Anyway, maybe it was in the Orion beta. The point is, if you say, tell me of any obstacles directly in my path, it doesn't do that. It will wait, and it will, I think it's every 30 seconds, it will give you an update. But if in the meantime it does find something directly in your path, it will interrupt and tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there is a difference, and you're absolutely right. That I've heard that a few times, but I think that's because it will tell you starting nearby objects mode.
Yeah, you got to be
as soon as I hear that, I think
wrong prompt.
I'm in the wrong mode. I don't want that. That is useful in some places, but not in when I'm navigating or walking about. So yeah, absolutely. That's the one thing with Orion. There is a tendency to just throw you into a mode, like the nearby text. I often say, I'm trying to get to work. Tell me when there's any obstacles in my path. Also, let me know when I'm approaching an intersection, and read any signs. Mm-hmm. Because the other day I was walking, it said there's a sign in the middle of the sidewalk.
What does it say?
What does it say? Is it don't go
walk
any further? There's a big hole.
Danger.
But it didn't tell me.
Yeah.
So I really want, and sometimes it will read me, there's a car in front of you, the license plate is da-da-da-da. I really don't care what it is, but why is there some inconsistency here? But sometimes if I add that read or text words in there, it will automatically go starting nearby text mode. Mm-hmm. And that way it won't tell me about obstacles. All it's looking out for is text. Yeah. So you really got to listen to what it's trying to throw you into. I understand what it's trying to do, but sometimes you can be in the wrong mode.
And it's best for posters and signs. It's not good for that mode. The nearby text mode is not for like reading print. It's big signs. It's signage that it's looking for. Yeah.
But to be fair, it does tell you that.
But I'm just saying
it says this is for posters and signs. I have used it I've said I'm searching for the number 12, for example, and then walking down the street and facing the houses, and it does say, found number 12 for a house number. So that works quite well. But
I had mixed results with trying to get it to be quiet too, though. Like, I certainly got it to do that 30-second thing, and had it interrupt with some amazingly cool things like there is a a temporary fence, and on the left-hand side of the pathway. It is slightly hanging on the pathway, but shouldn't hinder your direction or whatever. You shouldn't. And then mention that there's some concrete blocks at the bottom of that that's sticking out further onto the pathway. Yeah. And it would tell me that, and then it would be quiet for 30 seconds because there's nothing else around. But being able to get it to do that prompt reliably, I found hit and miss. Other times I would give the same kind of, only tell me if there's an issue, only tell me if there's something in my pathway.
Yeah, that never works.
And it just keeps on telling me heaps and heaps and heaps of things.
I see, now I'm trying quite a few, and I don't think AI is capable of that. Because I've tried, remain silent unless I'm about to hit something. Something is directly in front of me. And none of them will do that.
So, Sean, what is your favorite prompt for Orion to optimize information when you're on your walks in the morning?
I'm still using the same one every time, and that is tell me when there's an obstacle directly in my path. Now, that sounds a little bit too wordy and formal for me, to be honest.
Well, you're British.
So I'm British. Yeah, quite right. But I mean, does it make any noticeable difference than me saying, tell me if I'm about to walk into anything, or tell me when there's something in my way? I honestly don't know, but the level of feedback I get from that sort of prompt is absolutely fine for me. I will agree, though, Garth. I think sometimes it can be inconsistent. Just this morning I had, there's no obstacles in your way. There's no obstacles in your way. There's no obstacles in your path. Like, 10 times on the road with hardly any gap. And you think, okay, you shouldn't be telling me that. But you kind of, I sort of make exceptions, or I give it some slack when it comes to AI, because it's those moments, though, that temporary fencing with concrete slabs at the bottom or whatever, it's those moments where you go, oh, yes,
that's actually
works,
really useful.
Right?
But I think
it's like AI in general.
Yeah,
though.
I think we have a tendency, though, to be going, this is so amazing, because it really is kind of amazing. without being necessarily pointing out the realistic issues that we're experiencing.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. Yeah, this isn't solving blindness. This isn't suddenly us running around the place totally, this is fine, right? I've still walked into cars. It still hasn't told me when there's been a big van in front of me. I
was only looking for cars, mate.
Cars on,
you didn't tell me to look out for vans.
I mean, but I've got to say, I really do. I use it every morning, every day I use it, and it has made a difference. It does. I do trust it more than I've ever trusted AI in the past. And that says a lot, I think.
Well, like any application that we use, it's more information than we had without it. It's you have to pick and choose your tools. You have to try to tune them to your use case and take the information with a bit of skepticism. And it's not going to be perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better. Like, just what you said about the temporary fence and the concrete sticking out, you would have walked by that day after day and not even known it was there. And just to know that it's there so that you can kind of steer a little bit to the right instead of the left, that makes a small difference, and it's useful.
So, and again, like you said, it's more information than we had before. That's not always necessary.
Too much.
That is often necessary. So I was using it in a test case, not a real situation, if you like. I'm going for a walk, again, with my guide dog. Had I been doing it with my guide dog, well, I was doing it with my guide dog. Had I not had that feedback, I would have slightly edged over to the right a bit because it was on the left, I think, whatever, and never known it was there. Now, that would have been no issue whatsoever because my guide dog would have solved the situation anyway. Had I been walking with the cane, I would have hit the thing with the cane. So
that's an interesting point. Because
what I'm saying is that having that extra information is something that you've got to choose whether you want it in that given situation or not. I'm on a walk, and I remember when Blind Square first came out. And I used to love riding along on the bus and having it tell me about all the businesses I was passing because I couldn't see all the businesses I was passing. And that was new information to me to know that, there's a car place there. Like, I haven't got a car. I'm not going to think of a car, but I wanted to know that there was a...
But is it practically useful information? It's nice to have.
And for me, walking along the side path to know that there was a temporary fence that wasn't impeding my pathway but was on the left-hand side is nice to know, but absolutely not necessary. And maybe my ears are now blocked up more than they would be because of having that going. When had I been having my ears out, I might have actually been safer letting my guide dog do it and having my ears actually focused on the surroundings in case something else happened. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just saying that we really need to approach this stuff with what's right for the use case and what information do I want at the moment.
What should be the case and should be so easy as we all think because it's AI and you can just talk to it. We should be able to say, don't say anything unless something is directly in front of me. I mean, directly in front of me, not to my left, not to my right, directly in front of me. And also just update me every minute or 2 minutes or whatever. But none of those prompts, I've tried them on all of them, none of those prompts seem to have any effect whatever. It will just do whatever it does. And maybe it's me, because I kept saying when Orion first came out, and some of the others as well, that AI has finally arrived because it's reactive. It's proactively looking for things and it's reacting to it, right? I'm not actually sure that is the case. Because isn't it just a case of it's taking a picture at certain regulated intervals, processing it and letting you know what that is?
Yeah.
It's not an actual live camera feed
that
it's reacting to. If someone runs in front of me and about to punch me in the face, it's not going to go, hey, quick,
now, right now.
A lot of it, even though I'm so blown away by how well it's working for me, a lot of it could be put down to, well, that's just coincidence. It actually updated at that time. 2 seconds later, you would have hit that thing or whatever. Yeah. So I think there's still, AI can still, if we ever get to the point of having on-device AI, then I think things are going to change even
Look, it's a
more.
progression.
But right now, the way it's working, yeah. But it's still, well, at the end of the day, I find it incredibly
and
useful.
that's the main thing.
So that's
Yep.
a win for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Garth, I'm going to ask you a question because you're a guide dog user and I am not. And one of the problems that I hate when I'm being taken somewhere is that it's a black box. You're jogging left, you're jogging right. Someone's navigating through the airport. You have no idea the path that you've taken or what you're passing. And I feel like, do you? And maybe you're okay with this, and this is just a personality thing or personal preference. But I hate that. And the thing with a guide dog, do you? If Roy knows where he's going, it's like, do you actually know where you are? Are you just like trusting? Are you, to use the term, are you blindly trusting your guide dog to get you from point A to point B, and you don't care what's in between there? Are you just
No. So you know where you are. What I would say is you don't know what you've passed. You know where you're going, but you don't know what you've passed, is my experience.
That's a Beatles song, isn't it? I don't know.
Could be.
You know where you're going, but don't know what you passed. You know where you're going, but don't know what you passed. Turn your face, let the old road ask you back. You know where you're going, but don't know what you passed.
And now is, thanks to AI.
yeah?
Prompt. So, there's been numerous occasions where I've suddenly not had my dog, not had my dog somewhere where I'm used to having my dog, and I'm navigating with a cane, and I find out that there's 3 bollards here that I never knew existed.
Yeah.
Because Roy just took me straight through them, straight past them, whatever the case may be. But in terms of that kind of, head down here, turn to the left, then go down a bit further and turn to the right, I know all that stuff. I'm the one usually in control of that. Some sort of like go home kind of commands. Like Roy will know, we've been to the shops and now we've turned around and we're going back the other way. So he's going to, I don't have to say anything and we're going to end up at home, right? Because he wants to go home. But
Yep.
Other than that kind of situation where he's got a definite known destination that is, 30, 40, 50 steps ahead, steps as in corners or whatever, a long way ahead, he might know where he's going and he'll take me there. In general, though, it's find the next left, find the next right, that sort of directional instruction.
Okay. Do you miss?
I've used a guide dog for 30 years now. So it's what I'm used to.
Gotcha.
God, you're old.
I am.
All right, we could go on for hours
sure,
here.
okay.
Let's get back to the journey. So you're on the airplane. Did you use anything on the airplane?
Well,
Seeing AI to read anything? I don't know.
I tried using Seeing AI to look at the menu for what was available for snacks and drinks, and that's. Do you find that the short text annoying because there's no way to sort of capture and it just keeps repeating and it's like giving you the wrong stuff?
Yeah, I need to point the phone away after it starts reading,
it's like,
so
stop.
it doesn't update itself.
I still think we're missing something on the short text type of situation. I wish it would just like grab it and like let us.
Well, there is a take photo
but
button,
I know,
right?
but
So
then you've got to
could-
wait because it sends it off to the cloud instead of doing it on device.
Yeah, and the thing with
that's true.
and I've had mixed results. I've had it say there's no text when I do the take picture, yet the short text is finding stuff all the time.
Yes. What's that
I
about?
have no
I've had that all the
freaking
time.
idea. Yeah,
I thought the
Yeah,
take
that's true.
picture should be more accurate than the.
the short text. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that drives me crazy. So yeah.
I guess they are using completely different models.
Yeah. But yes, but once I got to, on the plane, I kind of just, the main thing that I used was the music app, which was quite nice because I could just sort of listen to stuff and listen to music or.
Oh, sociable kayaker there. Yeah, okay. Headphones on, no one talk to me.
That's right.
Actually had stuff downloaded.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm still old school on that. I've got all my music on my phone from ripped CDs. I'm like Sean in that regard. Although I bet you uses Apple Music now. Finally. Or Sean? Okay.
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
So you okay. I was wondering because I know you had the huge like all your stuff ripped and on your computer.
What was that service that I think I was paying for up until very recently? That iTunes Match or something?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The
and
the
it
game.
all the ripped
Confusing
stuff that you
there was
had.
two. Yeah. And it would
all
get
got a
you a
bit-
better quality, the highest quality it could find. It would match it all up with
Yeah.
your. That's gone now, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, streaming. That's the
Anyway,
future. Yeah. Okay, so you arrived in Vegas.
In Vegas, baby. Yeah, yeah. So, and I will tell you something that this is going to be controversial. Controversial. Are you ready for this? I used Orion to find me toilets, sinks, paper towels. Yes.
In a public bathroom?
Yes.
Were you not immediately punched in
With
the
the
face?
meta glasses. With the meta glasses.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, God.
Not a disabled toilet. This
Actually,
is
it was a
general
disabled one.
public-
It was not a one. But yeah, I'm sorry.
So
well,
you're
that's
that person there. Oh, what's the problem? Jeez, man.
But oh my God, was it great?
Was it? Really? Okay. Now, I
Oh,
know
I
you.
think I'd
you
miss feeling that toilet bowl. I think, oh, crap. That's
It was.
I like a goose stepping around a disabled toilet, kicking for a
swinging your
toilet.
legs
That's-
around, trying to find
Yeah,
the...
it's part of the
Oh,
fun.
there goes the bin.
I tell you
or the
what's
trash
worse
can
is
as you
trying to
would
find
call
the flush afterwards.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the hardest
I
bit.
hate
know,
that
I
bit.
got-
Well, thank
They
goodness
always
most
put
of
it
the
in
ones in the
some
airport
weird
are
place.
automatic. Psh, so you just yeah.
That's new. Oh. Anyway, okay. Now, I know one of your requests, Kayaker, was that you wanted situational aware
Yeah.
nearby
Yep.
objects.
So-
So I'm in a bathroom. I only want to hear about sinks and toilets.
So I went in
and
with the
soap
prompt
and-
like I'm
So if there's another person
I'm
in
looking
there, I don't need
I'm
to
looking
know
for a
about that.
toilet, looking for toilet, sink, soap, paper towels, trash barrel in a bathroom. It's like I don't see anything. I started that prompt when I was in the gates. Like I don't see anything. You're not you're nowhere near toilet. So, but it was great. I could just scan around the room and it found all the little things that I was looking
So
for.
excited.
Yeah, it was like Christmas.
Wait. Okay.
And it was
We're back
beeping.
to
It would beep where it was. Yeah, it was great.
But we're back to those predefined
Yeah.
functions, right? Because nearby objects will do the same thing. It will just shout out whatever it sees. And if you're in a bathroom, that's going to be a sink
I
in the
think
toilet.
I'm trying to remember if it.
But wait.
Okay, sorry.
Wait. There's also search for an object. So
Yes,
you can say,
that's
I've
great.
used this. I'm looking for a bench. And it will say pan around, and then when it eventually sees one,
Beep,
it
beep,
will,
beep, 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 beep.
start beep, 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 like you're in Aliens. It's fantastic. And tell you where it is. So which mode were you in there? Because you said
I don't know.
you said multiple things.
Yeah, I invoked it from the meta glasses using Orion prompt, and it told me all the things that I was looking for in a bathroom. But it also said I also heard the beeping as well when it focused on something. So I'm not sure what the heck mode it was
It must
in.
have been using that mode because that's
But-
the only time I've heard it use the beep.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
it was telling me more than one thing. It told me where the trash was. It told me where the paper towels were. It told me where the toilet paper roll was. The toilet. Yeah, it did toilets.
Anything else? What else is in a bathroom?
No, I was hoping it would find the soap, but it didn't find the soap dispenser. But yeah, sink, toilet paper, wastebasket, and paper towels. It gave me all that information off that single prompt while I was in the family accessible.
Well, that's very
bathroom.
cool. That's
Yeah.
something I haven't tried.
Yeah. Oh, I was so
Searching
excited.
for multiple objects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm going to try that out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had your bathroom break. Next.
Next, it was off to the hotel. I took a cab, so I didn't use curb to car for the cab line. And in the hotel, I opted for just using Meta to do a scene description. Tell me what you see. And unfortunately, it gave me a good scene description, but the hotels in Vegas are so huge, resorts. The problem. It's just too big, too much information, and just not very helpful. I had difficulty identifying where the hell the front desk was, that type of stuff. So it was the AI did not help in such a large space.
I don't know if Orion would have done any better, but that would be a great option to find me the counter. Like, just find me where the people are paying.
Exactly, yeah.
Look for cash registers / well, not that anyone uses typical old cash registers like that I could say.
Yeah, I'd be interested how it coped with that. Yeah.
In Vegas, these hotels have, it's like a freaking Disney ride. You've got the snakes left, right, and there's 10 people at the front desk checking people in. It's just insane.
Oh, you don't have those rope barriers, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Lines.
The little velvet ropes.
Just drag straight through them. They soon get you to the front of the queue.
Yeah. No, it's a
You Godzilla those things out of the way. Bang!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trailing all behind me.
Yeah.
I'll step over that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But once we're in the elevator and up to the right floor, I went back to the iGuide to sort of give me a lay of the land about where things were spatially, to get a sense of where there were walls. So the elevators were in a nook, and there was only one way out. So that was a good thing. You couldn't go left or right. So it was only one way, one entrance to the elevator nook. And then off of that, there were 4 hallways going off at 90 degrees, then 45, and then 45 in the other direction, then another 90 degrees in the opposite direction. So it's 4 hallways branching off like spokes. And iGuide was very good at finding those 4 hallways, and mine was if you go left to right, mine was the second one. So I used that and got the bearings and sort of got a lay of the land. But once that was done, my room was all the way at the end of the hall. So I didn't have to worry about seeing AI for room numbers or anything like that. Because basically you walk all the way to the end of the hall, bam, and then I'm there.
Yeah. And again, that comes back to using the tool that's appropriate for the specific situation.
Yeah.
Well,
had you been
hang on.
halfway down the aisle, you would have had to use Seeing AI to grab that number.
Of course.
Maybe.
Did you not even try Seeing AI or Orion to find the room numbers?
I did not. I confess I did not. Because as I said, the nooks...
Half a job.
Yeah, half a job. But once I was in the room, I did use my AirPod trick. Not my AirPod, my AirTag trick. So I put a little AirTag near the door, just so I would have a Bluetooth beacon should I need it. But I actually didn't need it because it was too easy to find the room at the end of the hall. But
that's a very good trick, by the way. If you do have an AirTag, just either stick it on the cabinet nearest the room door, or if you've got the
I usually hang it on the security lock. Or
handle.
the door handle or the security tab, the little thing. Yep. When we were in Garth, when you and I were in the UK, you gave me a little in the hotel. You gave me a little rubber bandy thing, like a hairband thing to put on the door.
Hairband, yes.
Yeah, that works really well too. Just something to
Garth's hairband. Let me just say that. Anyway,
it was. He was
not anymore. I've got it all cut off.
You cut your hair? Oh,
no!
Yeah. Breaking news!
Sarah won't like you anymore.
Yeah,
that was a while ago now, but anyway.
Okay.
Well,
it's still it's under the bed.
Your hair.
The
your hair is under the bed.
Okay.
The hairdresser who cut it off goes, I could make this into a hairpiece if you like. We're like, what? Okay.
And then threw it under the bed.
Anyway, it arrived back, all joined up in like a little. Yeah. It's very odd.
Well, hang on. She actually did make it into a wig for you.
Not a
Right.
wig.
Well, right.
Not a wig. Just like a little plastic thing that has all my hair coming out of it, like a ponytail. It's very weird.
Grotesque. What is she, a serial killer? That is
no,
madness.
that's what they do. Apparently, it's a common thing.
Who does? No one does that, Garth. I think you should ring the police immediately. It's like Hannibal Lecter's cutting your hair. Oh, I've made this token of your hair. Do you want it? Christ! That's madness. I'm scared for you. This is anyway. So you're in the hotel room.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get the layout of the hotel? I can't even think about Garth. No, making me queasy.
I used the various AI scene descriptions. I tried everything. I tried Meta, ChatGPT, Grok. What else?
Oh, Grok.
Yep. Be My
Oh,
eyes.
dear.
I
Did
tried.
Grok tell you
principles.
that looks like a good bed to bring some buddy home for?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the usual stuff. It was okay, but truthfully, the way I basically figured out stuff was use the
You
cane.
felt around?
Yeah, use the cane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goose step.
Well, it's just
I
it tells me
usually-
everything that's
a
in the
WhatsApp
room.
video
Yeah.
call is what I use.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
What do you do?
Either
Sorry,
Be
Sean?
My Eyes Ira or a friend, family, whatever,
Yeah.
just to get a quick
Oh, yeah.
scan of, okay, where's the telephone?
Yeah.
Where's this? Where's that?
Yep. And then for
Oh no, we had so much fun going around the UK, just the two of us
Feel it!
feeling everything around in the room, going, oh yeah. Oh, it's over
How
here.
many
no.
times did you break something? How many times did you knock that, glass off the
We knocked a few
bathroom
things over, but
counter?
nothing broke. So we didn't. Yeah.
Showing off. Okay.
And then, of course, seeing AI for the traditional shampoo, shower gel, conditioner.
What order is it in today?
Yep. In my case, it was shower gel, conditioner, shampoo. So
Thanks for that. Yeah.
Conditioner always in the middle.
seems that
That's
way. It
wrong. It should be in order, right? Showers. 'cause
Shower,
I've noticed
shampoo,
it.
conditioner.
That's correct, God. Yes, ting. Absolutely right.
Or
Left
should it be
to
shampoo,
right.
conditioner, shower, actually?
it depends whether they're going top
yeah,
to bottom
that's
or bottom to
Top
top.
to bottom.
I just do a pick and mix. I just have a squirt from each one and then
Stick
that's
it.
nice.
Stick the same 3 lots everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oofed. Anyway,
But-
moving
Right.
swiftly
Let's get
on.
out of the
Okay,
shower
out of
as
the
soon as
shower.
possible, please.
I'm still stuck on Garth's hair. Okay.
I know.
I'm shocked.
Christ.
You learn something new about Australia every day on Audio Pizza.
No, everyone's doing it, apparently.
Apparently
That's the
so.
thing. The hairdresser takes your hair away with them and
Yeah.
makes some sort of voodoo doll out of it. It's all perfectly natural,
So,
apparently. It's not.
indeed. So, this was interesting. So, I mainly, from that point, I tended to use Orion in the tell me the obstacle path as I was navigating the hotel. And this is something that I found very interesting. In the Vegas, this was sort of an indoor corridor. It was very like mimicking a Paris street, or a European city street. So it was really funny because it kept saying, the floor looks wet and slippery. Be careful. There's a puddle ahead. So this was all the artistic flooring in the the facades in the
Venetian?
hotels. Actually, it was the Paris, but yeah. So it was like that. So it thought that some of the floor was wet and slippery, but it
Highly polished.
yeah, highly polished.
maybe.
So it was giving me useful information. It happened to be wrong, but I thought that was very
Yeah.
funny. It did a good job describing like businesses I was passing slightly and obstacles and pillars and people, and it worked pretty well as a secondary. And again, Sean, I used your typical prompt, let me know if there's a obstacle directly in my path or something and it warned me about virtual puddles and slippery wet floors and pillars, people, chairs, things like that. Ramp.
Yeah, I find it genuinely
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah. So that's more or less the apps that I used on the trip. I'm trying to think if I used anything else.
No, we've run out of time anyway.
Okay. Yes, we're about out of time. Yeah. But
Did you not use Ira apart from when would you use Ira? Oh, arriving at Boston Airport.
no,
right?
I did not. I don't have a subscription to Ira anymore.
Well, you get 5 minutes free. I've never had a subscription
Yeah,
to
it takes
Ira.
5 minutes
I've
for them
used
to
it.
connect and get your act together and then it's like, oh, we're sorry.
Does it?
No,
Oh,
it
what are you
doesn't.
talking
I'm sorry.
about? No way.
5 minutes is way too
The
short.
free service is amazing.
Okay. I don't use the
Okay,
free
fair
service, but I do have, it's obviously on my phone for the hot spots like Starbucks in the airport and things like that, but or the free spots.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But I
Can you use Ira AI without a paid plan?
Sean, do you know that?
Oh, actually, I don't know. I do. No, I think you can because if
Okay.
you take part in is it Access AI?
Access
call it?
AI, they call it, yeah.
Yeah, if you use that, you can say you can use my data to train AI, and because of that, you used to get some free minutes.
Yeah.
So,
no, yes.
I don't know if that's on
of the
top of
video
your
call.
subscription.
Okay.
And now your video calls, you've got 72 hours to choose whether or not to take them out of training their their
Yeah.
models. But the actual, take a photo and upload it type sitch.
Oh, right.
Like
okay.
Be My
Yeah,
AI.
I don't know.
I'm wondering if the free tier of Ira lets you use their version of Be My AI.
Yes, I don't.
Which
Honestly, I don't know. Check it out.
we will, Jordy and I will swap between them because sometimes the Ira one gives you better results than Be My AI. We've found a few times. And for some things like photos where you can upload a bunch of photos all in one go and say, give me a rundown of all of these photos and, tell me which is the best one, blah, 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 which is sort of more difficult to do in Be My AI.
I think what it is, people have just got so programmed into, I want an image description, Be My Eyes, right? There's a few other services out there that we just don't use. But you know what? I think absolutely. I think you can use it if you're on the free plan. So I would definitely check it out.
Check it out
very
because
cool.
it is very good.
But
Okay, so was there any terrible mishaps or funny moments? Both exactly the same thing usually. So anything happen? Didn't fall down any hotel stairs?
No accidents, no falling down escalators, stairs, elevator shafts, nothing like that. So it was a pretty
And
simple.
how was BattleBots?
Oh, it was
Yes.
Well, it was fun. I honest to God wish I could see all the destruction, but you could hear the destruction. It's kind of fun. The only problem was it was not a show, and taping content for TV is slow going. It was a lot of waiting around, a lot of hype for very few action-packed moments. So, but
Will you be on TV?
no, I'm not going to be on TV.
I bet you are. I bet they zoom in on the blind fella. Oh, that's
I
going to
don't-
happen. You're the gold. You're the money shot, baby.
Maybe no, because I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know if I find it. If I find it, I'll
Did you have your Jedi robes on as well? Oh,
Yes, there
man,
you
you'll
go.
be the poster boy. Did you have your lightsaber cane?
maybe
Missed a trick there.
maybe.
You
No,
did.
no, I did
Tier
not.
6.
Tier 6.
Tier 6 of the
No,
nerds.
but-
there he is.
But I will tell you what the game changer was on this trip, and that is the meta glasses. Having them on my head and being to invoke things on demand like Orion, and just that made a huge difference. Having the image where I was looking really made me hope that Apple or these glasses get longer battery lives, better camera integrations, and more of these apps have the access to video on your head. So wherever you look, you get your feed. And that's what I'm sort of most excited about. The Meta Orion integration basically made me use Orion much more than I had in the past. And I think that's the game changer for me, having the camera on your head. It was awesome.
Bring on Apple Glass.
Yeah.
Yep. Coming soon.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Okay, I think we've covered absolutely everything we can possibly cover on that. Thank you, Kayaker. That was very interesting. It's always good to talk about the practical uses, right? Because when we hear these things announced, and as you said, Garth, we try these things out in our house initially. We go, oh, this is amazing. It's not until you actually try and use it in the real world you realize how useful or not it actually
My
is.
pleasure.
So that was very cool. Thank you, Kayaker.
And again, if you have any comments or other apps that you want us to focus on or teach us about that we can give feedback on, you can reach us at sgk@theblind.ninja.
That's SGK at theblind.ninja.
That's sgk@theblind.ninja.
We'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, Garth, for keeping you up.
No, not at all.
Yawning is way through it.
Like seven. I counted
sorry
7
about
yawns.
Have you not got a mute button?
No, not easily. I haven't. I actually
Bored
don't.
the shit out of him. Hold on, I'm gonna stop recording now. Hold on.
It's not that
Oh,
it was
yeah.
boring. It was great.
It's tired.
I'm just tired. I've got a 1-year-old man.
Okay, so before we hit the record button there,
Yes.
Kayaker was just telling us his lovely story about being on with Apple support for 1 hour, 30 minutes. Is that right?
That is correct,
Kayaker?
Sean. That is correct.
and how the lovely customer support agent there accused you of being rude, and how you informed her that you were very much up here and everyone else was very much down below you. Is that right?
He doesn't have time to waste time with tier 1, because if he's calling, it's tier 3.
It's definitely
Tier 3. You're tier 3.
Yeah.
And they are tier 1 people,
Yeah.
I think, is what you were getting at.
It was getting at it. It was
Yeah.
directly saying yes.
I can't believe she thought you were rude.
I know. Who would have thought?
All I said is, why do you want me to go to my settings on my mail app? Just can you explain what
Yeah.
the logic is there? And you're being awfully rude. I'm just trying to help.
Oh.
I'm like,
Oh.
this is a
Yeah, and to which you answered,
this is a server issue. This is a server error. It has nothing to do with my local settings.
yes. I'm
Can
tier
you
3.
explain
Just
what you're
move me
doing?
up.
I'm just trying to understand why you want me to go to my settings.
Now, have you realised that it would have been quicker just to go to settings?
No,
and go,
it
yes,
would
yes,
not.
yes?
No, it would not. Not with these scripts. They go through all these little. Don't forget, I've tried all these things. Well, no, this was not even applicable. It was. She was.
No, but she doesn't know you from a bar of soap and what you have tried and what you haven't tried. And I have been on the other
Yep.
end of listening to calls like this where the person didn't follow their scripting, basic troubleshooting techniques, and spent an hour and a half on a phone call to find out that it's something they should have caught in the first 30 seconds had they followed through the processes.
Are you sure it's plugged in?
Yeah.
Is it
it
switched
on?
No one
on?
asked me if
We've
it was
all-
plugged in. No one asked me if it was plugged in.
No.
Doctors make the worst patients.
Exactly.
Okay, that's all I'll say.
Yep.
You're an awful person. Anyway, today's
No, we're
show-
not saying that. No. That's. He's not an awful person. He's just a bit mistaken in this situation.
Look, I've run support
Terrible.
at tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, so I know what it's like. I was tier 4. I was the engineer who.
Oh, he's gone up. Oh, what are we in? 5 minutes? Oh, he's gone up a tier already. Oh, no.
By the end of the show, we've got tier 6 right here.
He's gone all Trump on us.
Oh,
Anyway.
God. I don't even say that name.
Oh, it's starting to affect Australia now. Yeah. Wake up! You think you're insulated from us? Yes.
No, it's been affecting us for a long time, man. That's why we've hated him for so long. Except for all of our bloody Pauline Hanson loving idiots.
Oh, it's all got political, and I don't
Anyway.
know that name. Anyway,
Oh, lucky you.
what are we talking about today?
Not the far
Hang on,
right in
no.
Australia.
No, let's leave that. Are we doing an intro?
Yeah.
Come on, Kayaker,
Kayaker.
bring us in.
Okay. Hold on. Last sip of coffee because I'm coughing on something.
I mean, Kayaker's complaining here because it's, 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Garth, you've done this at like 3 a.m. I don't know what he's complaining about, these tier
Garth's a
sixes.
boring
I have
person.
no idea.
Garth's a boring person. Okay.
I used to be a morning person. Then I married Geordie. Now I'm a night person.
Oh.
Take that
Anyway, okay, let's move on. Kayaker, it's you. Intro.
I'm hearing your voiceover there.
I forgot that was out loud.
We all are.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all right. It's all in the
Well,
takeaway.
I don't want you to go off and get a coffee while Sean and I are talking, like you did last episode.
I know. It would have been terrible if you'd noticed,
Yeah,
but you didn't.
we didn't.
So, I'm not sure which is more terrible.
All right.
I was just thinking, I was sitting here thinking to myself, really, it's really annoying. I'm not hooked up by the phone this time. I'm hooked up by the computer. I can't
go.
wander off and get this on the out for a while
Unbelievable.
Well, you're
because my cup of tea's run out. Anyway,
Okay, here
as
we
you
go.
were, Kayaker.
All right.
Doodle-doodle-doodle, doodle-doodle-doodle.
Garth, turn off your voiceover. Jesus Christ,
sorry.
Garth.
I thought it'd just be for a second. We could talk
Sorry.
over it. And
I
just
just
carried on.
can't.
Is it that loud?
Yes, it's that loud. Oh, God.
Oh, are you coming through this mic and not this mic?
I don't know what the hell's happening.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Hang on, give me a second. I'll change it.
It's gone.